Andrew Innes, a name once resonant in video game development circles, is now synonymous with incomprehensible obscurity. He was a key figure in the creation of iconic titles like Grand Theft Auto and the critically acclaimed Uniracers. His career promised a legacy of innovation and success. However, Innes cultivated a double life, a facade that would crumble in the most brutal way. This duality culminated in the atrocious murders of Benny Lynn Burke and her 2-year-old daughter, Jellica. An act of violence that shocked a nation. The case unfolded at a time of global vulnerability, amid the COVID-19 health emergency. Restrictions and isolation provided a disturbing backdrop for the crimes. The pandemic, far from halting them, seemed to facilitate their decline. The investigation revealed a chilling transformation. From a successful and respected career, Innes spiraled into a downward spiral of sadism and violence. His story is a grim reminder of the complexity of the human psyche. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Andrew Innes, born Andrew O'Hara, was born in June 1970. His birthplace was a British military base in Hanover, Germany. This structured start would contrast sharply with his chaotic future. From the age of 11, Innes developed a profound fascination with computers. This early immersion in technology forged a solitary and focused personality. His inner world was built around algorithms and codes. His intellect led him to the University of Aberdeen, where he earned a degree in systems engineering. This academic training laid the foundation for his future career in the software industry. His analytical mind was his most important tool. Throughout his career, Innes contributed to highly popular video games. He worked on titles such as FIFA Soccer, All Points Bulletin, and Tamarin. His technical skill was undeniable, leaving his mark on digital entertainment. He was an integral part of the team that brought the revolutionary Grand Theft Auto series to life. This project, which would later become Rockstar Games, redefined the open-world genre. His involvement connected him to one of the most influential franchises. A significant achievement in his career was the development of Uniracers, in 1994. This Nintendo game, considered a cult classic, demonstrated his capacity for innovation. His creativity was evident in every line of code. In 2009, Innes joined Real-Time Worlds as a software engineer. The company was known for creating games like A Crackdown. He continued to rise in the industry, solidifying his professional reputation. On a personal level, Innes married Ryoko Nagashima in 2002. Together they started a family and had children. This stage of his life seemed to reflect a conventional stability. Since 2013, Innes has lived in Japan, where he worked for Unity Technologies. During this time, he also developed a Japanese learning app. His life seemed global and constantly evolving. In 2019, after 3 years in California, Innes returned to Scotland. This return coincided with impending divorce proceedings. It was a turning point, marking the beginning of a dark decline. After her divorce, Innes's life took a disturbing turn. She began dating women and organizing bondage and sadomasochism clubs. These activities revealed a hidden and transgressive side of her personality. At the start of COVID-19 restrictions, Innes evicted her tenant, Christopher Smith. This seemingly trivial act marked the beginning of a period of isolation and control. Her surroundings were reduced to her will. Smith described Innes as an eccentric and obsessive individual. He mentioned his fixation on cleanliness and his constant connection to the computer. These observations painted a portrait of an increasingly reclusive and peculiar man. During isolation, Innes created up to 34 profiles on dating apps. His goal was to meet women, a frantic search in a confined world. Technology became his hunting tool. He kept a meticulous spreadsheet to classify women. He sorted them by age, height, weight, and the presence of young children. This database was a cold and calculated selection tool. He prioritized women in their 20s and 30s with young children. This preference is an alarming indicator of paraphilias related to minors. His search pattern revealed deeply disturbing intentions. In early February 2021, 25-year-old Benny-Lynn Burke and her 2-year-old daughter, Jellica, appeared on the Philippine dating app Cupid. Their profile became Ines' target. Benny-Lynn's vulnerability made her an easy target. Ines identified Benny-Lynn as the perfect victim. Her situation, her background, and the presence of her daughter made her especially susceptible to his manipulation. He would exploit her every weakness. He courted her with a facade of charm and stability. He presented himself as an educated, financially secure, and well-intentioned man. His deception was sophisticated, designed to generate trust. Benny-Lynn initially rejected his offer to move to Dundee for work. Her instincts warned her, but Ines persisted. Her refusal only intensified the predator's determination. Ines, relentless, drove 700 kilometers to Bristol to meet her. This show of interest was a pressure tactic. Her determination was a sign of her control. On February 18, 2021, Ines convinced Benny-Lynn and Jellica to return with him to Dundee. He took them to his home, a place that would become his grave. The trap was set. After arriving in Dundee, Benny-Lynn and Jellica disappeared without a trace. Their absence sparked growing concern. The silence that followed was a prelude to a macabre truth. Once on his property, Ines acquired a hammer and cement. These seemingly mundane objects would become the tools of his brutality. The planning of his crimes was methodical. He attacked Benny-Lynn with incomprehensible ferocity, using a hammer and a samurai sword. The violence was extreme, an act of unbridled sadism. His fury knew no bounds. He attributed his rage to steroid use and delusions. He claimed to perceive Benny-Lynn as his ex-wife and former lovers. This rationalization attempted to shift responsibility for his actions. Ines buried Benny-Lynn's body under his kitchen floor. 3 days later, Jellica suffered the same fate. The girl's innocence was no deterrent to his cruelty. The police, investigating Benny-Lynn's disappearance, arrived at Ines' home. There, they discovered a minor, identified as A, who had been kidnapped and sexually assaulted. This discovery proved crucial. The discovery of the girl led to Ines' confession. His testimony, though twisted, led authorities to the gruesome discovery of the bodies. The truth emerged from the darkness.